So now let's talk about how to actually get a feel for that slice motion, which again is trying to create aggressive side spin, which gives the ball curve. If you're a right-handed player, that means that we're going from right to left. Left-handed player, it would be the opposite, from left to right. So in the video right before this one, we discussed how angling the strings and hitting the side of the ball is not actually what should occur, because the strings are going to tell the ball where to go. So if I line up here on the deuce side and I literally carve the right side of the ball will go aggressively left. And for you to help you get a good feel for what side spin is like, I'd actually like you to start off by doing that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to angle my strings at contact so that they're angled well to the left, and the resulting shot is going to spin way off to the left. So that looks something like this. So my shot is just going to go aggressively off to the left. And there's a lot of side spin on this shot, which is, what we're going for. We're going for side spin, but obviously we'd rather the ball go into the box that we want it to go into. So what I want you to do after you've spent a couple of minutes getting a feel for literally carving the side of the ball and creating side spin and having it go way off to the left, is I want you to slowly start to turn your racket as you make contact, so that at contact our strings are facing our target, because again, that's what's going to determine ultimately where the ball goes. So my motion of swing is going to be going from left to right across the back of the ball, and I'm going to turn my racket enough that my strings are facing my target. So ultimately my goal here is going to be to go down the tee and have a shot that curves nice and aggressively from right to left. Okay? So I'm going to slowly, let me do one more of my aggressive side cuts way off to the side. Ooh, that was a really nice cutter. Okay, and now I'm going to slowly start to turn my hand more to the right. So I had a lot of side spin, still way too far to the left, so I'm going to turn my hand a little bit more to the right. Okay, that's almost in the box now, and you saw they had that curve to it. I'm going to turn a little bit more. Oh, not quite. There we go. So now that's the middle of the box with a nice curve off to the left. I'm going to continue going from left to right as I make contact. And remember, that means that my follow through is going to go out into the court before it comes across. And I'm going to try to now bring it back to around the tee. Almost. You see that sliding off to the left. Almost, a little bit too far. There we go. And so that had a good, 4 or 6 feet of movement to the left, and that's due to that side spin that I'm trying to create. So the key here is that left to right motion as you're making contact while the strings are facing our target. If you hit the side of the ball will go way off to the left as a right-handed player. So I find that it's helpful to first get a feel for that. Yes, carve the side of the ball, have it go way off to the left, and then slowly get a feel for turning the racket face right before contact to eventually get the ball going in the direction that you want it to actually go and actually hit the target that you want to hit. This will take some time to get a feel for if you have never had a good slice serve. If up until watching this you've already been pretty good at hitting the slice, then you'll probably catch on to this very quickly. If not, this might take you some time. It may especially take you some time to get accurate and hit your target, and that's fine. I mean, kind of expect that. It's going to take a little bit of practice, especially that quick release of the racket so that the strings are facing your target. But this is how slice is created in a correct manner. If it helps you to think that it feels like you're carving the side of the ball, I'm perfectly fine with that. But I just for my own sanity, I think it's important to understand that it's not actually what's happening in reality. If that phrase or that thought helps you get a feel for it, then great. But please understand that it's not actually what's happening when you hit a correct slice serve.